1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0.
Baltic Sea Anomaly. What are we looking at? Are we looking at some rocks piled together looking like the Millennium Falcon? Are we looking at an ancient building from an ancient civilization? Or are we looking at a crest spacecraft of a kind? We are gonna take a little look at some of the old sonar scans that was taken back in 2011, 2012, and all these scans I'm gonna show you here is from the oceanexplore.se, as you can see down right in the image here. This is from Peter Lindbergh that has uploaded this image. This is a sonar scan. We are gonna look at the blueview scan, and let's start looking at the first image, and I'm gonna show you the first image, and I'm gonna show you what I see in that image, and then I'm gonna show you a shipwreck, a bicycle, and some bridge pillars, so you can have something to compare it. But let's take a look at the first image. This is the first image. If you haven't seen a blueview image before, you probably have no clue what we are looking at here. I've seen these a few times now, and in the beginning I didn't have a clue at all at what I was looking at. You have to imagine that you are just above the Baltic Sea Anomaly and looking down on it from the top and down. And this is just a little part of the anomaly. These scans, they were taking multiple blueview scans to cover as much as possible of the anomaly, and this is just a tiny little part. You can see a scale. You have a scale here in meters that shows the size of this image. But what I'm looking at in this image, sorry, is over here. Take a look at this one here. That looks like a wall. It's just bending here a little bit. And it looks like there are, I will not say windows, but it looks like there are two holes in it. And if you look here, you see like something is going across it. I'm gonna show you the next illustration I have here. This is what I see. I pointed it out in gray, what looks like a wall section here, and something going across this corridor here. But I'm not saying it is a wall, I'm saying what I am seeing, and I find this very mysterious. And there has been a lot of people telling me you cannot zoom on a blueview scan, so I will avoid zooming too much. I will take a little look at these objects over here. If you look at the original sonar scan, you see there is something here and something round here laying on its side with something on top, and there's this object here. It's bended. It looks like a bended piece of metal. Let's just take the original again here. As you see here, it looks like there is some round object here, and it could be a rock, but it looks suspicious in my eyes when we are looking at anomalies. But this was the other one we had over here. This piece of bended something that's popping out in the wall over here. I am gonna show you 3 pictures now from a sonar scan. The 2 of them are from the same P900 sonar, and the last one is from an almost similar sonar, but I'm gonna show you here. This is from a P900 sonar, as the one OceanX team used, and what you see here is a shipwreck, and you see it from on top and down, of course. Anything else would be weird. This is what I call a clean wreck. This have been laying there for some times, I think, but not for 100 years or 1,000 years or whatever. This is a clean wreck, and when we're talking about clean wrecks, notice in the Baltic Sea, if you remember the Russian submarine, they found how nice and clean it was during the low amount of salt and movement in the area. So this is what I call a clean wreck that's not covered in silt, sand and whatsoever. Let's take a look at the next one here. This is from a bridge, and we are looking at the pillars that goes from the bridge down to the bottom of the sea. And this is the feet the bridge are resting on the seabed. And again, this is what I call a clear blue view image of an object we are looking at here. In this case, it's the pillar and the feet. Just to show you how clear it could be, and then imagine if an object has been laying down there for hundreds of years, how much silt that could be laying on top of it. I'm gonna show you one more picture before we continue. This is the one that's not taken by a P900 blue view sonar. I can't remember the name of this. I found this one on YouTube, and that's a bicycle. You can see, if you look at it, it's a bicycle. You can see the wheels, you can see the seat and the steering wheel and the pedals, and this is a bicycle, no doubt about that. I'm showing you these three images so you have something to compare with when we're looking at the next image. So let's go on looking at the next image from the Baltic Sea Anomaly. This one, I like this one. Again, we are looking at the Baltic Sea Anomaly from above, and we are looking down, and it looks like there is something, a long object. I'm just gonna take the next picture here so you can see exactly what I'm trying to point out. This long object here that I've pointed out in grey, and noticed all this black distortion around here. It seems to be concentrated around these white lines. That is nothing you see on the image for real. This is some noise created by the blueview technologies. I don't know exactly how to explain that, but you have to look through these this black noise that you have here in the picture, and don't get disturbed by that. This one is the famous picture. This is the 90-degree angle sonar. Sorry, the 90-degree angle, the corridor as spoken of before. This was the one that some people thought might an optical illusion or not. I don't think, personally, I don't think it's an optical illusion. To me, this looks pretty much like it's there, and it seems to have a clean 90-degree angle here. And if you look down here, is that a little hole we have here? Look at the scale here. From here to here is 3 meters, so this one gotta be 80-90 centimeters wide. If it is a hole, we don't know. We don't know. Here I just pointed out the hole as I see it. And some people have been whispering in my ear that they believed there was a hole over here and a hole over here, and you can just barely see it. I'm not sure I agree in that, but I leave the possibility open. Are there such kind of holes in natural objects, or are we looking at an ancient construction? Is this natural creation? Let's take a look at some of the other sonar scans. Or just before we go to the other sonar scan, this is the famous 90-degree angled corridor, as we know, and my good friend, I think it was Eva, that pointed this out, where it actually is on the original image, as this is the original sonar scan taken from the sonar scanner on board the boat. The blueview scanner is actually sitting on the ROV, that is the remote operated vehicle that can actually steer in the water down to the anomaly and take blueview images and video and pictures with, and go back to the ship again, recover all the data, and spend some days and hours looking at all the data coming up from the ROV. But again, this was the area, as you see, where we had this 90-degree angle corridor. I am gonna go to the next image here. This one, I think most of you have seen. This is an image that has been a lot of debate about. The reason for the debate is over here. This one here. Because on this image, wait a minute, I am gonna switch to grayscale, where it's a little more clear. Here we go. On this image we have this square hole with a round hole inside. I have seen a video from one of my good friends and former colleagues in the admin team on Ocean X group on Facebook that tried to make such an illusion in the snow with a flashlight. Tried to create an illusion of a round hole in a square hole, and he actually succeeded quite well. That was done by Peter Luff, and I think it's an awesome job Peter did to get his point of view out, and he did so, and I think most of you have seen the video. Otherwise I will see if I can find it and hook it up to this video, because I think it's important to have as many point of views on it as possible. If you look at this image here, it looks like there is some kind of pole or cable laying down here, and if you look further down here, it looks like there is another round hole, a little round hole besides the big round hole. If this is not an optical illusion, then I would not think it was a natural object, but I'm pretty open-minded. I do respect people who believe it's a rock, as long as they respect people who believe it's something else. I must admit that looking at this hole here, the cable, the pole, and there is something here also. Notice this one here. When I am looking at these objects, my mind tells me that this could be something from a civilization long time ago. Very long time ago. What do we actually know about what was going on here before last ice age? Do we know something for sure? We have the Bosnian pyramid. Carbon testing says they are 25,000 years old, which make them way older than the Bible say we actually are. So what do we actually know about our past, about what's going on before last ice age, when the Baltic Sea was dry land? So I'm just saying, we don't know. This could be a rock, this could be an ancient construction, it could be something quite else. And with the original sonar scan here of the Baltic Sea Anomaly, I will leave you for now, and I will ask you, are we looking at a big rock? It's possible, I will not deny it. Are we looking at an ancient construction, an ancient building from a civilization before our last ice age, where the Baltic Sea was dry land? Or are we looking at something very else? You can go to the oceanexplore.se and find all the sonar scans that I have been showing you here, and there are a lot of other sonar scans. This is just a few of them. Take a good look at them, make up your mind, and tell us, what do you think this is? until we see us again, take care. Bye.